Good day, Carolyn. It's noonish, 12:55. I made it before one. So, how does this work? Your Akashic record is your book of life. It is housed in the energetic library that dingles somewhere above the earth, somewhere in another dimension. It's probably hidden now that I think about it, so everybody can't get in it and steal books because whatever. But this keeps a log of every incarnation you've had from the time that your soul decided to separate from source. So, because of this, I am able to go into the library, log in, and stream whatever you need to know right now, like Netflix. So, I am going to start doing this with my color deck. We're going to find out what the theme of this session is going to be. And then we're going to ride from there. Keep in mind, I am just an open conduit. After I'm done reading this, I'm right back to being Aisha. It's not me, it's through me. So let's get cracking. What will be the theme? Make sure I put your name up in the background. I just like to look at it while I have it there. What will be the theme for Carolyn's Akashic reading? What will be the theme for her reading today? Ooh, this is a death and rebirth into you being like a kinder, sweeter, more aware of energetic patterns person. And I'm getting the note to not to let you know this, not that you haven't been aware of energy or all those things, but it seems like at some point that was a burden for you. So you might have sort of cut it off. Like people push you, is what I'm feeling. Damn, that's annoying, huh? So it's like one part of your life, you were completely open to being kind to everyone. That cost you a lot. A lot is what I'm feeling. So you did shut down some chambers. It's like there was one chamber left for family, close loved ones. But outside of that, it was sort of like, but you were still generally a good person. You can't turn that off. But this reading, this beginning is what I'm getting. Is about rebirth. This is the death card, right? And keep in mind, this is my color deck. This is not the rest of them. So death here is just you becoming a new version of yourself. You allowing yourself to be reborn. But you are being reborn back into who you already were. So inner child healing, inner teen healing. Because it feels like teen is where you said, fuck it. Child, oh Lord, we going there. Get into it. I feel like I gotta get in like stance. Hold on now. We getting there. Oh, because little you was so sweet. It just made me feel like, all right, let me go ahead and get ready so I don't get swept up in emotions. Because that's the thing about the Akashic records. You're allowed to go in them and you look around, but the moment that you start getting emotionally like affected, especially if you're in your record, if there's anything that is making you feel, yeah, like that, you get disconnected from the records. It's like a protection thing, a fail safe. But when I just went to tap into little you, it's like no matter who was rude to you, you didn't let it stop you from being sweet until that teen came along. You were recovering from teen shutdown because of how much you took during childhood. So, since we're starting off that heavy, let's see what blockages you're releasing, because that is absolutely what this means with this rebirth, this regrowth, should I say. It's like you're getting planted back in the garden that you started in so that you can blossom in that energy as opposed to the energy that you blossomed into after teen years. So what blockages is Carolyn going to be releasing? What blockages is she releasing? This is like deep heart healing, but it's like, oh, bittersweet because it hurts too. It hurts to see how much you've hurt because there are some parts you did not connect with. Like you couldn't let yourself feel. And look, it says blinded to pain. Like you wouldn't let yourself feel. And that's why your heart shut down. Your heart shut down to save yourself. It's not like you said, fuck it, I'm not going to be opening my heart to people no more. That's not what happened at all. You didn't say that. It happened slowly over time as you ignored your own pain with other people taking advantage of your kindness. This is some good shit because the next one was Bride in the Cage. And these are the patterns you're releasing. So, not caring about your own feelings, putting others above yourself is what you're releasing. This Bride in the Cage is putting yourself in like behind bars for relationships. And this could be more than just romantic relationships, but it started as a pattern in romantic relationships because your wound went back to the teen years. So you have been perpetuating this behavior of ignoring your own hurt and then trading today for tomorrow, putting yourself off. It's like those chambers of your heart I was talking about. It made you sort of split into two different people. But one of those people was not honoring you, not honoring your goals, your dreams, what you thought was possible for you. It's like a lot of people weren't just happy with mistreating you. And this might not have even been boldly mistreating. It could have been like little, it feels like little gaslighting, microaggressions. You didn't even realize it was happening to you. But they were taking away your glimmer, your ability to dream and manifest and think bigger for yourselves. Like people was trying to keep you boxed. And that became the patterns that you were working in. And it's good that we can talk about them right now because that's what you're letting go of. This will be way heavier for you right now if I was pointing it out and saying, this is what you've been doing to yourself. You're starting to get that. You're starting to get that. This is just confirmation of what you already know about what you've been doing, but it's an affirmation that that's just finally over, baby. You are letting go. This is just pulling it into your awareness fully like, I thought that's what it was. It feels so good to hear somebody else say it. But it was teenage rebel you sort of, you didn't become the burn everything down teen. You became the emo teen in some way. Like you hid yourself from other people so that they could never take the parts of you that still shined. But it made you stop shining. So in your shadow is not only the parts of yourself that you were ashamed of, but it's some of your light because you didn't want other people to take your light or see, not even see your light. It's like people would see you happy and just like that annoyed them. That added up over time. So what traits do you get back? What's coming out of your shadow now that's being removed because you just made room? What new traits? Well, Caroline is developing or receiving now that she's releasing these blockages. What new characteristics? Ooh, I love this for you. That's my little head thinking. It's like, okay, look, something good coming through. So, artist is the theme because this is about transmutation for you, right? You are going to be taking all those pent up emotions, all that stuff that got, this is me saying like caught up. I was saying a circle, caught up in those other chambers. You're clearing out your ventricles, but you're going to be doing that through some form of art. It's like all your pain has to be turned into something. And guess what your pain will be turned into? A masterpiece. Mona Lisa. So that's the theme of the traits that you're going to be developing. What's next? Mentor. And it seems sort of like it might be children or even teens that you are mentoring. But you're going to be passing on what you have learned in like the gentlest way. It's like that rebirth is sinking you right back to the energy of little you. Like, I don't want to say it's as if none of that other stuff happened, but it's as if none of that stuff dampened your spirit, is what the energy is going to be. You're going to be able to pull from it for inspiration and to help other people who are going through similar situations, but it's not going to weigh you down anymore. Anytime it starts to weigh you down, you're going to go do your art and you're going to get that weight out. And it's going to amaze you what you come up with, because you're working through this goddess energy. So your sexuality will develop more as well. I just felt like, but it was like, just like a rabbit. So you feeling more comfortable in the rest of your heart space is going to bring up some passion too. Like you wanting to explore the parts of yourself that have been behind a door before. You were protecting yourself from yourself in some ways, even possibly protecting yourself from the people you were around by putting stuff in your shadow. It's like this was strategic. You hid stuff in your shadow so that it couldn't get damaged. Your higher self is smart. It's very smart. So this last one is the Fool, which, you know, that it seems like the Fool, but this means you're about to jump out there and do some stuff you did not think you could do before. And that's because all the times before, you were still in that energy of your dreams can't happen because of the people who weren't supportive of you, and even deterrence. It's bad enough when somebody's not supportive, but these people were also trying to tear down any little hope you had, like shit. But this Fool energy is coming back in there. This jumping out there, not being afraid to fall. How about not being afraid of what anybody has to say to you anymore, because you're so grounded in who you are now. Like going forward, anybody trying to come at your light or to make you tuck it back in, better be ready for what happens after that. Because it's not coming up as warrior here. This is all very artsy goddess. Like you paint, you do music, you have glorious romantic lovemaking sessions, right? But all of that is like the tone of your warrior. Lover, fighter. You'll fight for love. It's not like you're going out there for violence, but you will fight for love of yourself going forward. This releasing this blinded to pain pattern means you're going to feel your pain much more because you're not blocking it anymore. But you're also not going to allow yourself to stay in pain because of that. It's more of an energy of, okay, now I done been there. You're never going to take me back. You're never taking me back. That person is dead now. So, oh my goodness. I'm like so excited for you because this feels very Amazon. If I could put one type of energy on that, Amazonian. I was watching freaking Wonder Woman, right? I never watched this shit before. Why am I watching Wonder Woman and her lasso of truth? So listening to the story in the beginning, they're like, hey, there's this island where the women are on and shit. And I'm like, I know that island. The island is not named what is named in this movie. I don't even remember what they named it in the movie. So I go on the world map because I know this island. Like, I found, and of course it was next to Greece and shit, right? It was named Lesbos. And eventually the poet Sappho's ended up living there. So Wonder Woman. Anyways, that is the energy that's coming off of here. Very strong empowerment and fighting, but fighting for love, love of self, love of the people around you. Fighting, that mentor energy comes with a bit of advocate too, because you'll fight for other people, but it's like, imagine you having a child come into your office and they're going through like bullying or something. You would be the person that helps them build confidence within themselves so that they can confront the bully, as opposed to you being somebody who fights other people's battles. You're going to be empowering people to fight for themselves in a way that you wish somebody had done for you. That is the gift of the flame that is built within you. You can light other people up. Some of the transmutation of your own stuff, like the releasing of your own pain and burdens, is going to be through helping people who remind you of younger versions of yourself, which is beautiful. That's And I've never had, every reading I do is so different, which is, I guess, great because, yeah, I'm doing it right. But this is like very full circle energy. You're going to come across other versions of little you. And each session or each time you come across these people that you're assisting, it's going to heal a little bit more of you. So this is an ongoing practice, stepping back into your strength. So what is the message she needs to know right now? What is the message that she needs to know the most right now? We're gonna find out where this is all leading to. Like, where is the trajectory going? Heart. Didn't this keep coming up? Heart. I told you it's about, let me put it in there. It's your heart, boo. Your heart and your root. So you still have anxiety, or you're still having issues manifesting and stuff, because remember, you're going through this rebirth. Like, as we're talking, you just needed to know what it was. It's because you have root damage and you're working through your heart damage, and that energy, electromagnetically speaking, is making you a little jittery, like anxious. It's old anxiety that you didn't release from childhood. Say, for instance, like you wanted to put on a show for your mommy, and you put on a show for your mom, like you did your little play, but the whole time you were doing the show, you could tell she was irritated watching you, right? There was an anxiety that happened during that performance, but you didn't feel it because you were so busy putting on your show for mommy and trying not to think about the fact that she was anxious because you just wanted mommy to see. That anxiety is coming back up now. Anything that has been stuck in your heart or your root chakra, because your root chakra was blocking your emotional foundation, but your heart chakra blockages were stopping you from feeling the fact that there was emotional instability based on what had happened at the root, at your foundation, at your core. Look into your IC and your natal chart. So all of that is working towards transmutation, just like I said. And then strength. But there's a contract here. Oh, but it gave me the answer underneath. Hallelujah. I was like, dang, I gotta pull for what the contract is too. But no, the contract is actually leading you on the path to your personal happiness. What you wanted this whole time before. Everything that is sort of like in the back of your mind felt like you were missing. Like there was something I fucking signed up for, and I don't know what it was, but it couldn't have been this shit. No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. What you had to pay back first and reclaim your power through was in having a karmic family that mirrored the family that made you sort of kind of turn into a villain in other lives. In other lives, you couldn't recover your heart from what had happened when you were younger. You wanted another shot at it so you could overcome it. You've been through this before. That family was not, that was not your family, sis. They agreed to play a role. Now the contract going forward, this journey, and the last thing I'm about to pull on is what's big and what's next for you. That other stuff, there's a video I wrote, your past is not your purpose. It was the jumping pad for your purpose. That is exactly what's going on here. All of that stuff was just giving you the skills for what's next. It feels like a part of your masculine energy is going to be healed. Like being in touch with the masculine energy within you too is a part of the next step, the action-oriented part. That fighter, so all right, that makes sense. The fighter energy that was coming in, because it wasn't like brutal UFC fighting. It was just like, hey, don't mess with nobody I love energy. So where are the culminations of all these energies leading? Where are these culminations? This journey, this contract. You had your contract, it seems like it was on yourself. For yourself to overcome. So you are now clearing out what needs to be cleared out for this. This is the Golden Palace. That's what's at the end of your rainbow. A home that is yours that you get to use for whatever you want. A safe space is what I'm feeling. There's no particular look I'm getting or anything. So let me see. You're in a house when you're unbothered is what I'm feeling. Unbothered to pursue what you want to. A house where you actually like the people in it has been something that was difficult for you. a place that is your own, where you set the vibration and that vibration continues. So right now, cleaning house, following your intuition, and weathering this current storm. Because look, it came up again. That contract's legit. You have a contract to help yourself first, but then you're helping other people. I don't know what your job is, but you agreed to be somewhat of a rescue worker. These seem like very difficult situations that you're helping people with. Do you work with children? Did you want to work with children? It just seems like there are going to be some very unique situations that you're going to be helping pull people through. And maybe you just draw in people that the job you're in and have to get them out of trouble. I was just talking about touch by an angel missions, but that's what it seems like. People are drawn to you for the particular feeling you are attuned to do. And I guess that's what the hell I'm doing too, huh? Squad. So the culmination of all of this, you are going through initiation right now, this month. This is going to last through the end of Scorpio season. At the end of Scorpio season, I sound like Donald Trump. There will be there will be a silver lining, a rainbow of sorts, because there are going to be some unexpected events I'm feeling for you. Some unexpected emotional things that happen because there were so many blockages. There may have been things in your life not in alignment, and I'm feeling this might have been around career, in alignment with what you really wanted for yourself because you were building upon a false foundation. Prepare for the next level, for the next cycle. You are about to be working in accordance with what you came for. This is what you came for. Have a great day.